I'm extremely disappointed. We got notified this morning. We were all looking forward to the part of the summer. The 3 test matches against Australia was going to be a big part of the Test Championship. It's always a great rivalry. My own personal experiences aside, it's just a wonderful series for fans and our players to be a part of. So extremely disappointed. I mean, the amount of work that's gone in over the last few weeks into getting this tour underway has been immense. So today, very disappointed to hear the news. We received a call from Cricket Australia this morning around some fears they have on COVID, regarding COVID. And my guess is that I don't think we can solve those fears, no matter what we put in place. I think the work that we were doing is putting in place the most stringent BSC bubble that I think is possible. So, we feel from a Cricket South Africa side that we've done everything possible to get the tour underway. But there certainly is that aspect of, not being able to solve some of the fears that Australia have. And really that is why the tour has been cancelled. So it's very disappointing. We feel that we could have pulled it off in an extremely good way, a positive way, following Sri Lanka, and the work that's been put into this BSC, the women's bubble that's happening in Durban, our franchise bubbles. We've shown that we're more than capable of handling it. So we're extremely disappointed that Cricket Australia has taken this perspective. A long way down the line. I mean, today we've got a entirely second T20 team being on a plane to Pakistan, so that we could bring our test players home who are going to be in that squad and quarantine them before the tour, to meet some of the requirements some of the hectic requirements that Cricket Australia have put in place for this tour. That shows you how far down the road, the implementation of the 2 hotels, the documents that have been worked on, dealing with the airport's arrival, and maintaining the bubble, government letters from health ministers. So, the amount of work that's gone into this is insane. We're all extremely disappointed. It's just where Australia finds itself as a country as well. They've pretty much locked down their borders and handled the pandemic in a far more stringent way than I think most other nations. I don't think the England tour had anything to do with it. I mean, I think the positives that were mentioned in the England team were found to be negative. I think the way that they've handled the tour of Sri Lanka and the experiences of COVID there has spoken to their experiences. I also think that what we agreed on a medical protocol rollout for England compared to what we were doing for Australia is entirely different. The level of detail and what we were offering Cricket Australia just is entirely different. With all that work that's gone in, with the level that CSA was prepared to go to comfort the Australians and make sure that they felt safe, and that the tour could get underway, Cricket South Africa basically bent over backwards. So again, just to reiterate the point that we're extremely disappointed, and especially at this late stage. As I mentioned earlier, the 3 test matches against Australia were a big part of our summer, and the part of the summer that we were very excited about, that being followed by the Pakistan ODIs and T20s. I mean, this was going to be an exciting time for South African cricket and our fans, and to see the progression of our team as well, a young team. So we have our CSA T20 that's scheduled to come mid-Feb, and we'll have to just take a day or two just to regroup now. As I mentioned earlier, this information just arrived this morning. So we've got to regroup and look at that March period, and what cricket can be played there, and how we move forward. So we'll regroup over the next day or two. We're still going to send over our T20 squad that was announced. They travel out today. So we will continue doing that. Obviously, big focus will be on our CSA T20 series now that we're looking to implement in a BSC bubble as well. So yeah, those become the focal points, but I think we all need just a day to regroup and to plan again.